Hello, brothers, and welcome to Sigma Old Man Channel. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Sun Tzu. Crisis doesn't destroy everyone equally. It exposes who's built for the storm and who's just pretending they've got an umbrella. Here's the harsh truth. Most people crack under pressure, scrambling for safety nets that no longer exist. But Sigma males, they don't just survive, they dominate the wreckage. Fun fact, studies show that during high-stress situations, only 10% of people remain calm and decisive, while the rest either freeze or panic. Guess which category Sigma males belong to? They're not the ones hoarding toilet paper or arguing over canned beans. They're the ones already building a shelter, plotting their next move, and watching everyone else unravel with a quiet smirk. If crises were gladiator arenas, Sigma males would be the ones leaving without a scratch, probably flipping a coin just to make it interesting. Why? Because their mindset, adaptability, and unshakable independence make them the ultimate survivors, no matter how messy the battlefield gets. Let's dive into why they'll always come out on top when the world falls apart. Number one, they've already mentally simulated worst-case scenarios. Sigma males treat every day like a mental battlefield, running simulations of potential disasters long before they happen. Their minds are wired to explore worst-case scenarios, not out of paranoia, but out of preparation. They know the world is unpredictable, and instead of hoping for the best, they quietly plan for the worst. This isn't about being pessimistic, it's about being realistic. While others are busy winging it through life, Sigma males are 10 steps ahead, building mental maps for situations that haven't even crossed anyone else's mind yet. When a crisis actually hits, their response feels almost supernatural. There's no panicked hesitation or desperate scrambling for solutions. They've already thought it through, dissected the chaos, and figured out their moves. It's like playing chess with someone who already knows all your strategies before you even pick up a piece. Their calm demeanor during emergencies isn't accidental. It's the result of hours spent mentally navigating the very disaster everyone else is just starting to process. This foresight doesn't just protect them, it gives them an edge. While others are overwhelmed, wasting precious time on denial or confusion, the Sigma male is already in action mode. He's securing resources, identifying opportunities, and dodging the traps everyone else is blindly falling into. Their ability to foresee chaos doesn't just make them survivors, it turns them into strategists who can turn any disaster into an advantage. The irony? Most people mistake this for luck. It's not. It's the payoff of a mind that's been quietly rehearsing life's worst scenarios while everyone else was busy pretending bad things don't happen. Number two, crisis is their natural habitat. Chaos isn't a Sigma male's enemy, it's their playground. When life descends into turmoil, most people panic, make rash decisions, or crumble under the pressure of uncertainty. Sigma males, on the other hand, find clarity in the storm. Their minds don't buckle under stress, they sharpen. It's not a dramatic transformation. It's as if they've been waiting for this moment all along. For them, crisis isn't an inconvenience, it's a natural state they've been mentally rehearsing for since day one. They don't thrive in chaos to prove a point or out of some inflated ego, it's simply what they do. Their entire approach to life is built on preparation for the unexpected. They've embraced the unpredictability of the world and conditioned themselves to function at their peak when everything else is falling apart. Where others see obstacles, they see opportunities. The collapsing systems that overwhelm the average person, Sigma males dissect them, find the weak points, and navigate through with surgical precision. Pressure doesn't crush them, it activates them. They're not fighting against the current, they're adapting to it, making it work in their favor. This ability isn't born from luck or innate talent, it's the result of years spent understanding how chaos works and conditioning themselves to stay calm when the stakes are high. When the world turns upside down, most people panic because they've never thought about how they'd handle the fallout. Sigma males? They were already planning their next move before anyone else even realized the ground was shaking. This is why crisis feels less like a disaster to them and more like a call to action. A moment to rise above and take control when everyone else is too paralyzed to act. Number three, they trust no one fully. Sigma males operate with an unshakable rule. Trust is earned, not blindly given. This doesn't make them cynical or paranoid, it makes them realists. They understand human nature better than most, and they've seen how quickly loyalty can evaporate when the stakes get high. While others invest their full faith in friends, systems, or promises, Sigma males stay cautious. They know that in a crisis, even the most reliable people can crack under pressure. And selfishness often replaces solidarity. Their relationships aren't built on naive dependency, but on mutual respect. They value people who prove themselves trustworthy, but even then they maintain a mental buffer zone. This isn't about being cold, it's about ensuring their survival doesn't depend on someone else's choices or flaws. They don't gamble on blind trust because they've already calculated the risks of betrayal or abandonment. When the unexpected hits, they're never caught off guard by the darker side of human behavior. They saw it coming long before it arrived. Someone turning selfish to save themselves, expected. Promises getting broken under pressure, not surprising. Sigma males don't take these moments personally because they never built their survival plan around anyone else to begin with. This mindset gives them an edge. While others are devastated by betrayal or paralyzed by disappointment, Sigma males stay focused. Their independence isn't a shield, it's a weapon. By trusting themselves above all else, they ensure that no one can derail their plans or undermine their progress. It's not about rejecting connection, it's about understanding that, in the end, the only person they can fully count on is themselves. That clarity makes them nearly invincible when things go sideways. Number 4, they're impossible to manipulate. Sigma males are the ultimate puzzle for manipulators because no amount of guilt, flattery, or emotional bait will ever sway them. When a crisis strikes, most people become vulnerable to emotional games. They're scared, desperate, or unsure of themselves. But Sigma males, they're like a fortress with walls so high, even the most skilled manipulator knows it's not worth the climb. You can try guilt-tripping them, but they won't flinch. A Sigma male knows the difference between genuine accountability and emotional blackmail, and they're not about to carry burdens that don't belong to them. Shame tactics, good luck. They're too self-assured to let someone else's opinion dictate their choices. They've long mastered the art of separating their emotions from external noise. What truly makes them unshakable is their focus. In a crisis, Sigma males zero in on what matters and block out everything else. Manipulation thrives on distractions, confusion, emotional overwhelm, or insecurity, but a Sigma male is too sharp to let any of that creep in. Their ability to enforce their boundaries is almost surgical. If someone tries to steer them off course with petty mind games, they'll cut that influence out without hesitation. This isn't arrogance, it's clarity. Sigma males have no time for the drama and deceit that often emerge during high-pressure situations. They're not cold, they're just impossible to control. Their actions are guided by their own logic and principles, not by someone else's agenda. It's this unbreakable mental armor that makes them not just survivors, but masters of any situation, no matter how chaotic it gets. Number 5, they observe while others react. In a world where most people rush to react, Sigma males take a completely different approach. They watch. When chaos erupts, the majority dive headfirst into impulsive decisions, fueled by fear, stress, or a desperate need to do something. But not the Sigma male. He knows that haste breeds mistakes, and mistakes in a crisis are often the difference between survival and failure. So he waits, not out of hesitation, but out of calculated intent. This ability to observe rather than react sets him apart. He studies the situation like a chessboard, noticing patterns, weaknesses, and opportunities that others are too frantic to see. While everyone else is busy scrambling, doubling back on bad decisions, or creating unnecessary problems, the Sigma male remains composed, quietly piecing together the smartest course of action. What really makes this patience a superpower is how it lets him strike with precision. A Sigma male doesn't just act, he acts at the right time. His decisions are deliberate and effective because they're based on a full understanding of the situation, not blind guesswork. He knows that by letting the chaos play out, he can position himself to turn it to his advantage. It's not about being passive, it's about mastering the art of timing. To the outside world, his calmness might look like indifference or delay, but when the dust settles, it's clear who made the smartest moves. While others are cleaning up the messes they created by reacting too quickly, the Sigma male is already 10 steps ahead, capitalizing on his foresight and precision. It's this quiet, patient strategy that makes him unbeatable in any crisis. Number 6, resourcefulness is their second nature. For a Sigma male, the word limited doesn't mean impossible. It means challenge accepted. Their resourcefulness is unmatched, and in a crisis, it becomes their greatest strength. While others see scarcity as a roadblock, Sigma males see it as an opportunity to innovate. It's not about having everything at their disposal, it's about knowing how to make the most out of what they do have. They don't wait for ideal conditions or perfect tools, they adapt. Give a Sigma male a broken tool and he'll fix it or find a new way to use it. Take away the conventional path and he'll carve his own. Their mindset is wired to think beyond the obvious, exploring possibilities that most wouldn't even consider. Need a shelter but only have scraps, he'll build it. Stuck in a negotiation with no leverage, he'll find something to trade that others overlooked. This creativity doesn't come from luck, it's born from their ability to think independently and critically. They don't panic when resources are low because they've trained their minds to see potential where others see problems. Every setback is a puzzle to solve, and they thrive on solving it. Their resourcefulness also extends beyond physical tools. It's in their ability to rethink strategies and turn failures into opportunities. If plan A doesn't work, they'll have a plan B, C, and D ready to go. They're not just survivors, they're strategists who can turn scraps into success. In the end, their ability to make something out of nothing doesn't just help them endure a crisis, it allows them to thrive while others are stuck wondering what went wrong. Number 7, they have no weak points in their armor. Sigma males are their own toughest critics, and that's what makes them nearly untouchable. They've spent years scrutinizing their own weaknesses, digging deep into every insecurity, fear, and blind spot until there's nothing left to exploit. They don't wait for life to expose their vulnerabilities. They expose them first and then ruthlessly work on patching them up. By the time a crisis rolls around, there's no soft spot for anyone or anything to target. This relentless self-improvement isn't about vanity or perfectionism, it's about survival. Sigma males understand that weakness, whether emotional or strategic, is an open door for failure, manipulation, or betrayal. So they close those doors one by one. That fear of rejection conquered, that tendency to procrastinate eliminated. They don't make excuses or run from uncomfortable truths. They face them head on and come out stronger every single time. And here's the kicker, they're not just bulletproof emotionally, they're strategic fortresses. They plan for contingencies like it's second nature, ensuring there's no room for surprises to derail them. Want to guilt trip them? Won't work. Try to exploit their trust? They don't give it away carelessly. Count on them to break under pressure? You'll be waiting forever. This ruthless self-awareness makes them almost impossible to corner. While others crumble because of their unchecked weaknesses, Sigma males navigate crises with confidence and precision. It's not arrogance, it's preparation. They know exactly who they are, what they're capable of, and what it would take to break them, which is why nothing ever does. In a world full of Achilles' heels, the Sigma male stands as someone who's made sure his armor is seamless, unyielding, and entirely his own creation. Number 8, they have no time for ego battles. When a crisis strikes, most people's egos get in the way. They waste time bickering over who's in charge, who's to blame, or who looks the strongest in the room. Sigma males, they're too smart for that nonsense. They know ego battles are nothing but energy-sucking distractions that lead nowhere. While everyone else is busy flexing their pride or proving a point, the Sigma male is already solving problems, moving forward and leaving the chaos behind. For them, survival and progress are non-negotiable priorities. They couldn't care less about being seen as the hero or the loudest voice in the room. Their actions speak for themselves. This ability to sidestep drama isn't weakness, it's strategy. They understand that in a crisis, the loudest person isn't always the smartest one, and often they're the one holding up progress. By refusing to engage in ego-fueled debates, Sigma males gain a massive advantage. While others waste valuable time fighting over dominance, the Sigma focuses on the bigger picture. They assess what needs to be done, identify the resources they have, and make decisions based on logic, not feelings. This detachment from ego also makes them adaptable. They're not afraid to collaborate when it's necessary, but they won't let petty power plays drag them into the mud. It's not that they don't have pride, they just know when it's worth setting aside. For a Sigma male, victory isn't about applause or recognition, it's about solving the problem and getting out on the other side intact. And while everyone else is still arguing over who's in charge, the Sigma male is already 3 steps ahead, leading without ever having to announce it. Number 9, they don't depend on systems or institutions. While most people place their faith in systems, institutions, and structures to keep them afloat, Sigma males know better. They've never relied on these external crutches for validation or survival because they've always operated in the shadows, outside of the conventional framework. The idea of depending on something as fragile as a system to secure their future, it's foreign to them. Systems are inherently flawed, vulnerable to collapse, and often designed to limit personal growth. Sigma males are too aware of this reality to stake their future on them. When society falters, when the institutions that people thought they could trust crumble, the average person is left exposed, unsure how to function without the framework they've relied on for so long. For the Sigma male, however, this collapse doesn't create panic. It's just another shift in the environment, one that he's always been prepared for. His self-sufficiency has always been rooted in his ability to adapt, innovate, and survive without needing to lean on external structures for support. Because Sigma males are used to thinking independently, they don't need the approval of systems to guide their next steps. Whether it's the collapse of a company, a societal breakdown, or the failure of governmental systems, they've already been functioning outside these norms. They don't need bureaucracy, they don't need institutions, and they sure as hell don't need to follow anyone's rules but their own. Their resilience isn't dependent on external validation, it's grounded in their own ability to thrive on their own terms. When everything else falters, they just keep moving forward, making do with whatever resources are available. They're immune to the failure of systems because they never depended on them in the first place. Number 10, they're not afraid to start over. For a Sigma male, failure is just a chapter, not the story. Unlike most people who tie their identity to their successes or failures, Sigma males know that who they are isn't defined by the outcome of any single venture. If they lose everything, whether it's money, status, or even relationships, they don't waste time mourning the loss. They immediately shift into rebuild mode without hesitation, without self-pity. It's not that they're heartless or lack emotions. They simply know the value of detachment. Sigma males understand that life is a series of cycles. Today's failure is often the raw material for tomorrow's success. They don't cling to past victories, nor do they wallow in defeat. The moment something falls apart, they assess the damage, pick up the pieces, and start constructing their next move, stronger, smarter, and more resilient than before. This ability to start over is driven by an unshakable belief in themselves and their skills. They don't need a safety net because they are the safety net. They know how to turn nothing into something, whether that's reinventing their career, their lifestyle, or their mindset. The key is that they never let failure dictate their worth. If anything, they view setbacks as opportunities to refine their approach and accelerate their growth. Where others might crumble under the weight of their losses, the Sigma male stands taller, powered by the confidence that comes from knowing they're capable of thriving, no matter the circumstances. Starting over isn't a setback for them. It's simply the next step in their journey. In a world where most are tethered to systems, egos, and fleeting comforts, Sigma males are the ultimate survivors. They thrive in chaos, remain immune to manipulation, and consistently operate outside the boundaries that trip others up. Their ability to adapt, innovate, and rebuild from scratch makes them forces to be reckoned with. While the world crumbles under pressure, the Sigma male simply recalibrates, embracing the crisis as a natural part of life. Their secret lies in their unshakable self-awareness, their detached approach to ego, and their absolute refusal to depend on external structures. They know that true strength doesn't come from a system or a title, it comes from within. Every challenge, every failure, every crisis is just another opportunity for them to grow, adapt, and come out stronger. The Sigma male isn't just surviving the storm, they're mastering the art of navigating it with purpose and precision. And when the dust settles, while everyone else is scrambling to pick up the pieces, the Sigma male will already be moving forward, building the next chapter of their success. Because for them, there's no such thing as too much or too late. There's only forward motion, and it's always unstoppable. If you've made it this far, it's clear you're someone who appreciates depth and insight. So why not stick around for more? Hit that subscribe button and join a community that knows how to thrive, even when life throws the toughest challenges our way. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with anyone who needs to hear these truths. We're all about growth, self-reliance, and navigating the chaos with purpose. So let's keep this conversation going. Your journey to mastering life starts right here. Bye for now, and see you in the next video.